Und woran sehe ich jetzt, dass da was passiert? Oh,
Das
wow.
siehst du dann im YouTube.
Okay.
Jetzt ist er live. Ich gucke auch gerade mal hier bei mir, ob du wirklich bist. Ich habe gerade Beep 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 gemacht. Krieg dann die Meldung, dass du live gewusst.
Und hörst du auch
Ja,
was?
Tschitchen Chats Livestream, jawohl.
Und hörst du auch was?
Ich guck gerade mal, Moment. Live. To watching. Ja, ich höre was.
Also ich will ja nichts sagen, aber das geht ja einfacher, als ich mir das vorgestellt hatte. Nee, also ich hatte jetzt echt gedacht, dass das super scheiße Umstand, Mystik ist, aber wenn das jetzt wirklich alles ist, dann ist es ja geil. So, ich mache jetzt mal alles zu, was ich offen hatte, damit ich hier nicht den Computer
Nee, das
überlasse.
scheint ja ganz einfach zu sein. Also wir auch über YouTube streamen, die ich mir sehen kann.
Das war jetzt wirklich komisch, weil man musste da wirklich nur get Dings und es ging. So, dann müssen wir jetzt wieder so, dass du das Bild siehst. Wenn ich das jetzt, siehst du jetzt das Bild gut?
Ja.
Gut, dann würde ich sagen, fangen wir an. Okay, so hello everybody. Tonight we are doing a live stream on YouTube, which I haven't done in a very, very, very long time. But tonight I'm not streaming a role-playing game, although I'm not streaming alone either. I've got the great Tsudi from Tsudi Plays. Say hi, Tsudi.
Hi.
And
But great, I don't think so.
well, no. She's the great Tsudi from Tsudi Plays, and we are going to play something that I found on Steam today. It popped up in my follow these games or something corner, and it's Werewolf the Apocalypse: Heart of the Forest. It's a storytelling game, so it's not an action game. So we're gonna do it the old school type. Of playing. So that means that what we're going to do is we are going to sit here and we're going to read through the text because it's a very text heavy game, and we will then make the decisions together. So for those of you who remember the old Infocom days like Lurking Horror or Leather Goddesses of Phobos, that's how we would have played in the old days. We would have gathered in front of our computers and we would have read through the texts and then we would have played. But of course here we've got multimedia, there's music, there is nice graphics, and we will be having a lot of fun. And if you want to join us, that's great. The problem is I can't see the chat, so if you're chatting with us, it'll probably not lead to much decision making because I can't see the chat, because I can only see what I'm looking at the moment, which is the full game. So let's click on new game and let's see what happens. Please wait. Oh, look at this, look at the moon.
Ooh.
Prologue, premonition. Oh look, there's an owl. And it blinked. It was blinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, up there.
In the white corner.
Yeah. And I like the forest. I like the concept art.
I like the artworks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It does remind me a little bit of the artwork that you drew for Simyala, the forest.
Yes, true.
Yeah. It does look a lot. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you stole from them. It's more like they stole from you. But
yeah, sure. I drew it first.
But it is really lovely. I like it. And there's eyes blinking and popping up. That's really lovely. So start the chapter.
I like the style once not so detailed.
Yeah.
And so illustrative.
Okay. So I hope you can read this because there is a way you can change the fonts around. So we chose one that is easily readable. There's also one that's called dyslexic friendly. So since this is very text heavy, they're trying to cater towards everyone and ensure accessibility. This is a game about rage and how it helps us do things that need to be done as well as things that we later regret, sometimes both. How do you feel about that? Okay, we have 3 choices. Great, we're always angry, or I'm okay with anger when it's useful, or well, I prefer to think before I act. What do you think, Tsudi? What should we do?
For me, it's the second one because I am a very emotional person and I don't think before I act. Also for me, it's second. But what's with you?
I think it's either second or third. So I would say we go with second, and we will see what happens. Your rage is balanced. I don't know if that's good or bad, but balanced is something I like. So you're the critical and analytical type. Yes, we are. That's okay. There's no right path here, just your decisions and their consequences. So now we can do, let's start already. We have a story to tell, or I get it, my decisions need to be fair and just, or let's just follow the path and see where it takes us. Well, the first one doesn't sound appealing.
The third one.
Okay, so we'll
path and see where it takes us.
Okay, so we will just see what happens to us. We are spiritual. Oh, nice moon. The forest. The woods are full of stars. They flicker, come closer, run away. They want me to chase them, to play hide and seek. What do? We can hunt, we can observe, or we can hide.
I hunt the stars.
Okay, so we go hunting. Very good.
Yeah.
We're brave, we're inspiring, and we are analytical. Woohoo! That's so us.
Oh,
They flicker. Come closer, run away. They want me to chase them, to play hide and seek. They dance around the tree trunks, float up on the gusts of wind that shiver through the branches, disappear among the leaves. I let out a howl, eager to run with them. I want everyone to know I'm there. Then they bunch up and fly toward me like an arrow. Rushing down, they're soon upon me, but just before the spear of light pierces my breast, they disappear and the dark of the night returns. Our rage is balanced. In the darkness, I feel the tangled roots of stories keeping the forest alive, and I hear the spirits asking me to judge the enemy. I open my eyes, and then I wake up.
I like the story.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Cold and alone. Confused, I open my eyes. The forest around me is thick, dark, and reeks of decay to such an extent that it's hard to breathe. The smell fascinates me. I recognize this forest. Why am I here?
One, maybe. It's the first one.
Yeah, we are fascinated.
Yeah.
The smell, both fascinating and repulsive, is everywhere. A memory stirs deep in my mind, something elusive from my earliest childhood. The tree trunks, wrapped tightly in dark-leaved ivy, are covered in ripples of lichen where the vines haven't taken hold. The thorny, leafless bushes at their base are overrun with nettles. The fungi radiate with a ghoulish, sickly green light. Dark, sponge-like mushrooms cling to the fallen trees. I try to breathe. I'm cold, or something is rotten.
Something is rotten, I think.
There's something.
A cozy place.
Okay. I can't shake the feeling that something died nearby. I look down and I see my hands covered in a dark substance. I'm naked. A sticky, glistening film of liquid is clinging to my skin. I can feel it on my face, in my hair. Blood. What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I have no idea what's happening, but stories start forming in my mind. Someone has drawn a strange symbol on my skin in the drying blood. Was it me? There is a severed head right in front of me. Some choices are hard to make and they strain your willpower. I wince and touch it, or I'm going to be sick. Now let's see what this tells us. Okay, so this means if we choose this, there's a cost to our willpower. We need to spend some points to be able to choose this line.
Mm-hmm.
And here we're going to lose rage, it seems, because we're going to lose points in this. It has a little minus. So what do we do? Do we want to touch it, or do we feel that we're going to throw up?
I pounced it. I touch it. So.
Okay.
I poke it.
You poke it. Okay, we're poking it. Overcoming my disgust, I gently touch its wet hair and watch as the head topples over. Since our rage is balanced, the face is contorted, the eyes are bulging, the mouth is open as though the head were still struggling for air. I balk because I recognize who it is, and then eyes open in the darkness. Who is it, or the enemy?
is it?
Who is it?
Know. Who is it? Yes.
I have no idea who the enemy is, but maybe we'll find out. I can see their silhouettes, shades of jet black against the darkness. They smell of fur and moss and bloodied earth. Massive creatures, some with horns, some with antlers. Their eyes burn like small fiery windows into hell. I look at them and something wakes inside me. It points towards sadness rather than panic.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting image here, quite graphic.
Yes. When I look at the picture, I'm more panicked.
Oh, we can panic. It's fine. Let's panic.
From the description, why should I be sad?
Let's panic. Okay. I get up and start to run. I catch my foot on a gnarled root and fall over. The brambles reach out for me, wrapping their thorny limbs around my legs. I struggle and fall face first into the ground. The moss covers my face and pushes itself into my open mouth, choking me. In a moment of clarity, I almost understand what the forest wants from me. And then I wake up.
Oh, it was a dream? Okay.
Please wait. Oh, look. I like this moon thing.
Wow, cool. The animation with the moon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Arrival. So that was the character
beautiful.
Creation. I really like the artwork. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful. I buy the game too.
Yeah, it's actually not that dear. It's 13 euros, I think. Yeah, it's really lovely. Also with the halo around the moon and the mist swirling. It's really well done.
I love it.
Very atmospheric. So let's see. We're starting the. Oh, look, we're on a bus. Dreams. Maya, wake up. Okay, our rage is now very high. It's 3 points. High rage allows Maya to overcome many obstacles, but also makes her aggressive and hard to control. Okay, now let's see. We can take a look at our character now. Our name is Maya Borodic. We're 24 years old. We're a student. Nationality is American. We're brave and inspiring, analytical and spiritual, but we're not very cunning. And we're healthy. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 health points, 1 willpower and 3 rage. Okay, I jerked upright, irritated. My neck was stiff and the movement sent a sudden sharp wave of discomfort through my body. I wasn't in the forest anymore. I was on a bus. The sun streaming through the windows was making it hard to see. The girl next to me was touching my shoulder, disturbed. What do? Our rage is high, so we are more likely to push her away.
Yes. What happened, I think?
Okay.
We push her away, or no?
No, now we don't know. We chose this one. Anya likes us now. She's sympathetic. What happened? Overcoming the urge to push her away was hard. Overcoming your rage strains your willpower. We have 0 willpower now. She looked at me concerned. You had a bad dream. The memory of the wet earth clogging my mouth was still there. I fought the urge to retch. So we have 2 options now. We look outside, or we are happy that somebody's with us.
Don't know. After this dream, I want to be alone, but so I don't want to talk with anybody about it. I want to sort it out for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would look outside.
So we're going to look outside. Okay. I must have bitten my lip, I thought as I ran my tongue over my teeth. The forest outside the window was watching me. The girl next to me shook her head. Thank God we're almost there. Her name was Anya. We'd met a couple of weeks earlier on the orientation day. She was from Norway, a tall, broad-shouldered, calm person who wore her long hair in braids. Somehow I'd managed to talk her into this crazy field trip across the land of my ancestors. Um, we were there to study medicine, and Anya is sympathetic. She seems excited. What do we choose?
Oh, I don't know. Choose you.
I think I kind of. I mean, we are going on this field trip together, so although we've just looked out of the window and we've been kind of grumpy, I think we need to ensure that we don't lose rapport with her. And she's also from abroad, so she doesn't know anyone. So I think we should try and keep her sympathetic and engage with her. I think we're going to go with she seemed excited. Let's see what happens. Haha. Anya reached into her backpack and took out 2 apples. I'm really happy we decided to come here, she said. Yeah, I said, offering her some of my cabanossi, dried, meaty sausages that were so much better than the original Polish ones back in the US. I was glad Anya had decided to come with me. I had problems keeping friends around and really needed one. I did some searching, she said from over her phone. And this is oh, I get it. We are not in the United States. We are in Europe. And this place is amazing. The last primordial forest in Europe. Okay, so obviously we are American, but we're studying in Europe. Oh, and it actually says Białowieża. We're in Poland. When you look back here, there is a little signpost.
Oh yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, we're in Poland. Okay, cool. So we're in the middle of the Polish national park somewhere, a Polish national park. Our summer language course was starting in a few weeks, and I'd managed to talk Anya into skipping the tours of concentration camps and old churches and visiting Białowieża National Park. And everybody who, my Polish ancestors will now probably go crazy because I don't know how to speak Polish, unfortunately, with me instead. So far it's beautiful, she said, her eyes smiling. But why are we here again? Good question. Białowieża National Park. Yeah, okay. Why were we there? There being... Can you click on this? Nice. So we've got a pronunciation aid. Białowieża is a village in Poland's Podlasie province in the middle of the Białowieża forest, for which it is named. Okay. So this is a real place. I'm amazed. This is getting really interesting, this game.
But good to know.
A small village in northeast Poland near the border with Belarus. It was famous for its national park, the very last European bison, and, according to a quick web search, occasional tensions between far-right troublemakers and the local Belarusian community. Okay, this is a very topical game. It seems to be really recent. The most honest answer would have been, because I've been dreaming about the forest in Białowieża since I can remember. But people didn't understand when I said things like that. I looked her in the eyes. So we can do one of 3 things. We can either keep it really simple and come up with something so that she doesn't freak out, or we can tell her a little bit, or we can tell her everything.
I would think we told her as much as we could.
Yeah, let's try this, because I mean, tell her everything. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
It's a little bit hard, I think.
Yeah. I wanted to see the forest. I heard it was a must. That wasn't technically a lie. When I was little, my grandfather told me stories about an ancient forest full of wonders and the wolves that lived in it. It was all I got from that part of the family before my mum took me, ran away, and cut off all contact with my dad. But I remembered the stories well, and I remembered the name of the forest, Puszcza Białowieża. This will always be our home, my grandfather used to say. I waited for her to respond. Okay, so we are telling her a little bit, but it's family, it's complex. Yeah. Anya fell silent for a moment. Anya is still sympathetic. I think it's great that you come from such a magical place, she smiled. The last ancient forest in Europe, thousands of years old. I wasn't sure if I was fond of that magic, but it was hard to ignore. And that was precisely why I needed to do something. Anything about my future, that damn forest and my weird ass family. I had a clear goal in my mind, so she knows more than we do.
Huh?
I wasn't there by mistake. I'd planned this trip for months with a clear goal in my mind. So what are we going to do? I had to face the forest, I had to learn the truth about my roots, or I had to figure out my destiny.
So choose about my roots. Klar will ich wissen. I
Yeah.
want to know where I come from.
Yeah, that's what we want to know. We want to know where we're from and what our background is. My grandfather's stories, the secrets, my mother running away, there was a mystery in my past. It was time I uncovered the truth about who I was, but now I wasn't so sure if it had been a good idea. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a condition. We've now got impaired willpower. Your willpower has dropped to 0. When you lose all your health or willpower, you become impaired. This will make physical tasks, if you have 0 heart, or social and mental tasks, if you have 0 willpower, hard and sometimes impossible. Oh, great. Białowieża looked like an overexposed photo of a village with the contrast turned all the way up. The sun wasn't just shining, it was shouting at the earth and everything. The trees, the grass, the wooden houses, the fences seemed weathered. I really like the picture.
Yes. I love the artwork. So great. I want to have a book of this, an artwork book of this game. So
for everyone who doesn't know, Tsudi is actually an artist in her own right, and she sells her art. So you can commission her to do stuff, and she makes great art, and she does really great concept work too. So for her, this is of course something much more interesting, because she can actually appreciate the art really, where I'm just saying it looks nice. Everything except the shadows. They were sharp, as though they were freshly printed with the darkest of inks. And the shadows moved.
The picture looks exactly like the description in the text. And there are also sharp shadows and inky-like. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
For a second, whoops. For a second, I could have sworn they moved. But then I realized it was just a black cat walking down the sidewalk. When it saw me, it stopped in its tracks. Okay, we've got 3 options. I know which one I would choose. We decide to ignore it.
I try to pet it.
Yes.
Cat. Meow. Of course. There's a cat. I try to pet
kitty,
it.
kitty, kitty, I said, squatting and reaching toward the cat. In a flash, it swatted my hand away with its paw, drawing a few drops of blood. I yelped. Hey, Maya, Anya said, looking at me surprised. Didn't you say your friend would be waiting for us? Yeah, but he wasn't there. And the cat was still staring at me. Let's go. Anya put on her backpack. I'm tired and I really, really need to find a toilet. I didn't know what to do. I was too tired and distracted to think clearly. My friend was nowhere in sight. No, we're not going to storm off. No, you sometimes have to also try and, control yourself. You can't just do what you like. Let's just wait a little longer, I said. I don't have his number and we really need to meet up with him. His name was Bartek. At least that's a name that's easy to pronounce. I'd met him online while researching Białowieża. The man knew everything there was to know about local history. I asked him to check if anyone in town remembers my grandparents. I hope he's found something. I really, really, really need to pee. Anya said it like I was a 5-year-old and not a very bright one.
I feel with her.
I wasn't going anywhere. I made my best puppy dog eyes or I caved. Okay, seriously, I mean, she needs the toilet. I would cave.
You can choose.
Okay, so what do we do? I mean, I made my best puppy dog eyes. I mean, that's not gonna work.
No. If she can go to the next tree and go to the next brush and can pee there. And I mean, it's nothing there.
Okay, so we're not going anywhere. We're staying.
Yeah.
This is important. I said it's important. I wasn't going anywhere. Have it your way. See you at the B&B. Anya grabbed her backpack. I really can't wait anymore. Have fun. She winked at me and walked away. So I waited. I hope that she doesn't die or something.
Yeah. I mean, our weight is very high.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if we can lower the rage somehow. Oh, look, that's the friend. That's Bartek. So I waited, and the creepy cat waited with me. Bartek was 15 minutes late, flustered and apologetic. It was his dad's company, he explained while catching his breath. He'd had to help him out with some paperwork. I didn't really care.
yeah.
You're late, I snapped. And there was something in my voice that made him take a step back. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and had freckles all over his face. Come on, I'll take you to your place. His accent was broad and very Eastern European. Oh. I flooded him with questions. Anya would have liked him. I caught him looking at me. Well, of course he's looking at me. He's talking to me.
Yeah. I flooded him with questions, maybe.
Yeah. We're gonna flood him with questions. Luckily, he loved talking about his home, so when I flooded him with questions, he kindly obliged. He talked about how the village had become a tourist destination, how the logging industry had moved to a nearby town, how the trains had stopped coming, and how the local train station had turned into a hotel for wealthy foreign hunters. Oops. The dozens and dozens of bison statues scattered around the village watched us indifferently.
Okay.
There's a lot of humor in this text.
Yeah.
He walked along the only street in the village, we walked along the only street in the village, slowly making our way towards the outskirts. The trees were growing denser, their scent becoming richer and more pronounced.
I took a breath, yes. That was what I would also do when I'm in the forest. I love the air in the forest. So fresh and
piney scented. So, did you manage to trace the name I gave you? I asked. Bartek shook his head. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry. He was avoiding my eyes. A trickle of sweat ran down his temple. He was lying straight to my face. What the fuck do you mean, man? I threw my arms in the air. You wrote to me a few days ago that you had something. But he just clammed up. You know what? I think you should drop it. I stopped. That was the final straw. Or I unleash all my charm, or I feel hurt. I'm not sure if I would feel hurt.
I don't know. I come all the way, and I think I would be angry. Because he lied to me, and he don't want to tell me what he have found out. So, and he comes late, and my wage is up, and I have dreamt bad. So I think that was the final straw, maybe, and I'm on the way.
I turned to Bartek, grabbed his shirt, and pushed him hard against the fence. I'd always been strong, and anger made me even stronger. His feet lost contact with the ground.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Maybe then I came to my senses.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so, yes. Oh, actually, we can't choose this.
Oh yeah, we have no willpower.
Yeah, this is it. So we just basically, we've given into our rage.
Oh, goodness.
I traveled 300 miles in a fucking bus without fucking AC, I shouted, a few flecks of spit hitting his chin. I did it because you said you'd found something. My arms got tired and I dropped him. And then I
politely ask again.
This is so cool.
Yeah, this is great.
Bartek is now unfriendly towards us. I wonder why. So, would you kindly tell me what you found? Bartek scrambled to his feet, pale and terrified. The game tracks your decisions on how Maya approaches problems. Well, they will accumulate and gradually reveal what kind of a person she is deep in her heart. That doesn't bode well. The story changes to reflect Maya's personality. We're just gonna die.
But it's cool, I think.
I really love it. I really love it. I'm really enjoying this. Well, he brushed his forehead with the back of his hand. I did ask. I started with the old people here. I told them that my friend from the States was looking for her roots and wanted to know about the place her family came from. You know the drill, you know. At first, people were very, receptive. I waited for the other shoe to drop. And then I mentioned your name. He shook his head. I think we need a little bit
to
calming down, so that our rage goes down. We walked in silence for a long time. Oh, did you see that? The rage went down.
Yeah. Good.
Finally, I nodded and he continued his story. One of the old men he had told me to go to hell. The other spat on the ground and his wife crossed herself.
Okay.
Oh my God, is this not a vampire game? For a moment, he looked younger and smaller. And then, my own grandmother told me to stop asking. She said something else as well. I tensed up.
Only this.
Oh, Jesus. What?
What?
She told me to pray for you. Suddenly, the sweet golden afternoon wasn't so sweet and golden anymore. Okay, now we have 3 options. You choose. That piques my interest. Who am I? I feel shivers running down my spine.
That's interesting. Maybe the first or the second.
Okay.
I'm interested in what happened, and because they don't want to tell me anything, and they want to pray for me, and why? No.
Okay, that piqued my interest. I knew there was something weird and twisted connecting me and my family to the forest. I could feel a shiver run down my spine. We walk in silence. But my mind was in overdrive. People didn't want to talk, and that could only mean one thing. I was on the right track. +1 willpower. Woohoo!
Yeah!
Progressed goal, mystery. Hint, people were scared of my family. Condition, healthy. That's good. My pulse quickened and I tensed up like a hound that smelled blood. I was on the right track. Every time you learn or do something significant that brings you closer to your goal, you regain willpower. Okay, that's good to know. Good.
Willpower is important.
Yes. Oh, look, I mean, this is, I really love this.
Yeah.
This is just so nice. Biało Wietza had a few hotels and hostels, but the preferred form of accommodation was bed and breakfasts. That's where we stayed. Once we tell them who we are, they'll probably throw us out once we mention our name, so maybe we should just go by, oh, we're Amanda Simpson or something. I found one that was nice, clean, and that had good reviews. Oh, there's Anya back again. We had a room on the 2nd floor with a huge window and a great view of the forest. Anya was there, already unpacked and chilling in the summer sun. I dropped off my stuff and freshened up a bit. Bartek said a few hasty goodbyes and disappeared, and Anya was nowhere to be seen either. I thought she was chilling. The day was hot and I was restless. I decided to head out. So basically she's chilling. Oh, she was there, but I couldn't see her. That's weird. Okay. What? Before you go, check out your character sheet. Look for it in the upper right corner of the screen. You can find a load of useful information about Maya, her background, personality, goals, and so on there. You can also check who your friends and who your enemies are. Oh God.
Okay.
So we're brave, we're inspiring, we're analytical, spiritual, but not cunning. We are healthy, and we want to learn. Our goal is to learn our family history and to pursue to regain willpower. And we know that the people are scared of my family and they didn't even want to hear the name. We have, our relationships are not good. With Anya, she's sympathetic. Bartek is now unfriendly and our family is complicated.
Yeah, Bartek, I mean, we.
Yeah, I mean, we did assault him, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it's clear that he's not so friendly now with us.
Białowieża is a quaint tourist town, but I had other goals in mind. We can either ask Anya to come with us, or we sneak out and leave sightseeing to Anya. Well, I would say it's a bit weird to ask her to come with us to this god-forsaken place in the middle of nowhere and then leave her alone.
Yeah, but I think like the people react to us, it's better when we go alone, or do you?
Well, I'm afraid that if we just dump her, she might become unfriendly and then we're just very alone. I don't know.
Yeah, then let's ask Anya to come with us.
Let's see. Maybe she says no. Oh, look.
Oh.
Now, this is cool. So this is where we are. This is the town my ancestors lived in. The forest I dreamed about. And here we've got the ulica. So UL is ulica and that means street. The lay of the land. I had a clear goal in my mind. My family was entangled with this town and the forest. I had to uncover my roots. Anya went with me. Okay, so let's... so we can go here or we can go... Oh, so shall we just click on this and see what happens?
Maybe first to the town, not direct to... In the forest, I don't want to have Anya with me. Don't think
that's a good
idea.
point. That's a good point because God knows what's going to happen. So we're going to go to the town. Hoo-hoo! I walk around the village. When I realized that I had no idea where to go, I swallowed my pride and called for help. Bartek has joined us. We walk through the village, bathed in the sharp rays of the summer sun. It's a lazy afternoon, disturbed only by the occasional passing car throwing up clouds of dust that hang in the air long after the vehicle is gone. Anya is walking close to Bartek. See, the two of them like each other already, so that's good. Asking him about every little detail in the village. People were relaxing or working in their yards, dogs were barking, and every cat we passed froze to look at us. Yeah. We're not cat people. Our rage is balanced. People go about their day, though, giving us wary stares from time to time.
Yeah, why the stares?
Yeah. Don't people like strangers here, I ask? Still feeling the angry gaze of some random woman on my back. What's everybody's deal? Bartek sighed. They don't, he admits. Xenophobic jerks, +1 rage. I'm curious as to why. Or, yeah, tourists can be assholes. Well, I mean, there are terrible tourists, but I would more go with I'm curious why.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
So, why? I asked candidly. It's complicated. Bartek scratches his neck, embarrassed by the topic. There's a small conflict around the forest, and it's attracting some weird people. Activists, reporters, bored rich kids. He says, as though his dad didn't own multiple businesses. People like that. And they're getting on the locals' nerves. I noticed Anya frowning. Fair enough.
Why is Anya frowning?
Yeah, we want to know that. Because we're very observant. We want to know how Anya's getting on. Anya looks skeptical. I looked the conflict up online. Oh, that's brilliant because she does research. And it didn't look so small. It looked pretty important, actually. For a moment, Bartek looks like he's lost for words. Well, you're not one of those crazies and you're like almost local, he smiles. So what would you like to see in the village of your ancestors? So he's evading this question.
Yeah.
Okay. He spreads his arms as if to show me all of the splendor the village has to offer, like 5 houses and a water tower. What do you suggest? Oh, look, we can go to the old cemetery, the abandoned railway, or we can We can go to the village center. Cats were watching my every move as we walk along the empty streets. This is so topical. Okay, do we want to investigate family? This is almost like a Call of Cthulhu game. We go to the graveyard and check out old graves.
Yeah, I think we should do this.
Yeah.
We go to the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zack. Ha. Ooh, nice.
Oh, I love this. Oh, the raven.
Yeah.
On the cross.
And I mean, this sometimes reminds me of, you know, those old, you know, the very old photographs where you had like the negative and the positive. That's what this reminds me of.
It looks like something like in linoleum print.
Yeah. Matters of the soul. So we have quite a few churches here, Bartek explained as we walked down the road. 2 Orthodox, 1 Catholic, and even 1 Baptist church. Oh, that's very uncommon for Poland to have a Baptist church. He said as though it was something uncommon. So I asked about it. Was there a synagogue? It seemed like a lot of churches. So what do we want to say?
I think we ask about it because there's so many churches. Maybe it's about the past.
And what's so special about that? I wasn't sure what he meant. He looked at me a bit disoriented, and then it hit him. Oh, of course, you're not from here. Well, yeah, Poland is almost exclusively Catholic, so it's a bit uncommon to have all these denominations in one small village. Any Lutheran churches? Asked Anya. I don't think so. Bartek shakes his head as he leads us to a small wooden church surrounded by a cemetery. Anyway, even though we have all these churches, there's only the one cemetery.
No evangelists in Poland?
No, not really. Incidentally, one of my former classmates, she fled Poland with her family because they were Protestants. And they left because, you know, it was all very Catholic. The church was Orthodox, but the graves were a mishmash of styles and faiths. Catholic, oh yeah, there's an Orthodox cross back here, the double cross here in the middle next to the church. Catholic, Orthodox, atheist, everyone resting together. Bartek looks like he doesn't approve. The place reminds me of a forest, and there is something poetic about it.
Why does Bartek look like he didn't approve?
Yeah, we can ask him.
Maybe, yeah.
Bartek looks like he doesn't fully approve of such an arrangement. Oh my god, I mean, I'm very confrontative. And what kind of person are you? I asked, crossing my arms. Me? Catholic, of course. Of course. He looks at the cemetery, and for a moment he seems lost in his thoughts. All of my family lie here, he says. I mean, the ones that are dead. Hey, what do you think? What do you think happens when you die?
I didn't believe in all that religious crap.
You know what? Sod this. Oh, we're very brave, but Bartek is now hostile. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Nothing. Religion is just a bunch of superstitious crap for stupid people. Okay, this is not gonna end well, Tsudi. That was what my mum taught me, and that moment I completely believe it. Bartek looks at me, hurt. Hey, that's people's beliefs you're talking about. Well, they're stupid beliefs. Oh my god.
We're not very nice.
No, that's the rage talking.
Yeah.
He looks over the cemetery fence. Well, anyway, this is it. The spiritual heart of Bialowica. We can go see something else if you like. So that's where we stand. I want to go in, and that asshole stands in my way. What was he playing at? Or I laughed. No, I don't think I would laugh.
Nah.
Let's see. What the fuck, dude? We're here to find my ancestors, I growled at him. Maya, behave. Anya is now neutral. She doesn't like us anymore. Anya was clearly not amused. Bartek, she shifts uncomfortably. I don't know if that's a good idea. But why? He's hiding something.
I tend to both, but do you think he hides something, or?
Well, I mean, this is clearly. I mean, I think he is hiding something because his grandmother told him to tell us to, or told him to pray for us and stuff. I think he knows more than he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, he's hiding something.
Yeah.
You found it. My family's grave. Maybe. So what are we waiting for? Anya smiles at him. He mumbles something and leads us through the labyrinth of graves to the far end of the cemetery. We continue. We walk through the narrow walkways between the graves. Bartek's pace is painfully slow, but I have no choice but to follow him, gritting my teeth and cursing under my breath as he stops every few steps and looks around. At one point, he throws me a condemning look. We're in a graveyard, Maya. Have some respect, will you? He barks. Before I have a chance to answer, we see a woman. Tall. They're all tall and broad-shouldered, have you noticed? And long-legged, with grey dreadlocks pinned to the crown of her head. What? What does she look like? She must have been in her late 40s or early 50s. She's marching through the walkways with fury in her eyes. Oh my god. Bartek quickly steps between the graves to get out of her way. Okay, we can either keep going and ignore her, or we cannot move. But not moving means she will walk into us. Well, I don't think we would just basically confront her. I think we would just keep moving.
Yeah, I think I'll walk on ignoring her.
I just keep going. She just keeps going. And oh my god. And inevitably, we bump into each other. That's not what I wanted. Hey, watch your fucking step, she growls. I apologize or I snap back. What do we do? This is escalating fast.
Escalating quickly. I snap back.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, yeah. Fuck off. You watch your fucking step. She snorts and weighs me up. Kids, she mumbles and shrugs. Well, at least you're able to speak up for yourself. We start talking. We like this. We chat for a while and I decide to ask her for directions. Actually, I'm looking for an old grave, I say. My family lived here and what's the name? Borodicz, I answered with a perfect Polish accent. Young Borodijovna. She uses an antiquated feminine form of the name. She shakes her head. I'm just coming back from there. Go to the end of the here, turn left and go to the far corner of the wall. She looks at me in a funny way. I think we would thank her.
Yeah.
She's taking us seriously.
Maybe she has something to do with our past.
Maybe. Oh, thank you. Bartek didn't seem to know the way. I think it's only then that she notices him. Oh, it's you, she says with barely hidden disdain. Well, I'd better be going. See you around, I guess. With that, she leaves and is followed by Bartek's hostile gaze.
Ask Bartek about her?
Absolutely. We want to know more. She's interesting. Olga. Her name's Olga, and she's neutral. That's good. Who was that? I ask, watching the woman leave. Bartek winces. Oh, that's just Olga. She's our local activist. She left Bialowice when she was 18 or something and returned a few years back with the notion that she was going to change this place. Okay, that's interesting. I like her already. We continue to the far corner of the cemetery. There, seemingly forgotten and covered in moss, is a lonely grave. It's damaged. Oh, somebody has damaged our family grave. It's not nice.
No, I don't think
The tombstone's broken deliberately. Someone has obviously smashed it with a hammer.
What?
And the name has been half erased. I dislike this.
Yeah.
I disapprove. The plaque was also damaged. Someone had tried to scratch out the name, but the letters were still visible.
But why?
I have no idea. And there's also
There
a
was a
circle around the grave. Okay. Oh, this is spooky. There. I'm sorry, Bartek sighed. I didn't want you to see that.
A circle of salt.
Oh, coarse salt.
Salt.
Oh,
It's for dark ghosts or salt.
salt. Yeah, I believe so.
No?
I need to know who did this, or was it? I need to know who did this.
Yeah, I think we don't be so wage.
Yeah.
I need to know. Yeah.
Who did this? I ask, gritting my teeth. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anya squatted and looks at the plaque. I can't read it. The letters are all wrong. She glances at Bartek. Is it Russian? Belarusian. The same letters, different language. There were a lot of them here before the war. I look at Bartek, hoping for some context.
Yep.
What the? Bartek puts his hand in his pockets. So, you don't know anything about your dad's side of the family? He asks cautiously. Whatever happened at least 70 years ago, and someone still remembers. He has a point.
70 years ago? Ooh. It's a long time.
And someone 70 years on is still so mad at us that they would deface our gravestone, that they would, sprinkle salt around the grave.
Yeah, I think so, because the reaction of the people and her grandmother.
We say he has a point. We don't believe this is absurd because something is clearly going on.
Yeah,
I don't know them. My mum left my dad when I was just a kid, so I don't remember much. And she kept me away from them. She doesn't even know I'm here. I didn't tell her that I was visiting Białowieża. Maybe he was abusive, said Anya carefully. You have those violent outbursts. Yeah, I guess. Let's look at the grave.
Chits.
What happened?
That was my dice bag.
Oh dear.
I have to catch my dice. They're all over the floor now.
Oh my god.
Okay. A moment. Up. So. How did it fall down?
It must be this rage that you feel inside of yourself, and you have telekinetic powers now, so...
Oh my god, now I have ghosts
Or that.
in here.
It's one or the other.
Because it's laid on my table and not on the corner or so, and it fell down. Wooden box with dices. Okay, so I have them all.
Okay, so we're looking at the grave for the last time, and our family's name looks strange written in the unfamiliar Belarusian letters. And as we are leaving, I'm thinking, we're onto something. Haha, and we get willpower back.
Yeah.
There was something unnatural about my family, and me coming to Białowieża had stirred some old demons. I just had to find out what my ancestors were doing there, who they were. With that thought, I leave the cemetery. Okay.
I like the story.
Yeah. The village, the day was hot and beautiful, yet I couldn't stop thinking about the devastated grave. Okay, we can now do a couple of things. We can either go back to the village center with new friends and hidden tensions, or we can go to the abandoned railway. The abandoned railway looks kind of really cool down here with the tree and everything.
Yeah, I like the picture.
So we're gonna go there. Lost Hope, Strange Dreams.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, what a great picture. Oh, I love it. I want to go there and take some photos and drawings, and I have to visit this town.
This is really
in real life.
This is just so evocative. I really like this. Oh, this is great.
Well, I have heard a lot of stories of this national park in Poland, and I always wanted to go there, and this story makes me wanted to go there even more. I need a motorhome.
Yeah.
I need a motorhome so I could go there.
Train spotting. Bartek wants to show us the most picturesque spot in the area, says Anya. Maybe that's not the right word, Bartek says. It's not like it's that beautiful, but it has, it's got an atmosphere, a climate. Did he mean cool or ambience? Ambience. We're not that stupid.
Yeah.
Ambience? Anya said it at the same moment as I, and we laughed. Ambience, Bartek smiles, visibly relieved. I meant ambience. We ended up on some abandoned tracks. Now, this being Poland, they may have led to a concentration camp, actually. We soon left the village behind and ended up on some abandoned railway tracks. The perfect place to meet a serial killer. I grumble, looking at the overgrown tracks disappearing among the trees. This is always my first thought when I go somewhere nice. It's the perfect spot to meet a serial killer.
Yeah.
But with a slow, winding river a stone's throw away and the long, drooping branches of the old trees shading the unused railway, that place really was picturesque. The bees buzzed around us, the birds sang like there was no tomorrow, and the fragrance of herbs hung thick in the air. My head was spinning. Are we bursting with energy? Do we remember a song? Or do we ask ourselves, why was the track abandoned?
When I go in such a beautiful location, I was bursting with energy because it's so beautiful there.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, and it's also the forest, and we like this, and we smell it, and it's fragrant, and also we are full of rage, so now the energy comes through. We are very brave. 4 points. Let's race to the trees, I shout, and before they can react, I'm already running. It was an easy win. I didn't look back. Okay, 1 less willpower. We don't care about them. Oh, see, we vanished. The pictures changed. They're gone. I start with a sprint and I don't look back. I never run so fast in my life and it feels unreal. I could almost imagine my body changing, adapting, my legs getting longer, my lungs bulging. I feel invincible. When the shadow of the trees engulf me, I'm alone.
I felt someone watching me.
Okay, that's probably Olga. I hear a noise. There she is. She just popped up. I hear a noise and turn around. A woman is standing among the trees. She doesn't look surprised to see me. Oh, she's very good looking. She's stunning. The woman looks like she was in her late 30s and is the most beautiful person I've ever seen. She's a perfect hourglass figure, long braids, and the most stunning cheekbones. Her eyes, slightly slanted, were a weird shade of blue, deep, almost purple. They seem familiar. And she's looking straight at me.
Her eyes were hypnotizing.
Yeah, her eyes are hypnotizing us. Okay. Lisa, she's neutral. And she's looking straight at me. I stand there, transfixed. She smiles. I'm Lisa, she says, looking at Anya and then again at me. And you must be Bartek's pen pal, I assume, the one who's searching for her ancestry. How did she know?
Yeah, how did she know?
Wow. How How do you know? I ask, suddenly wary. Okay, she's cool. I know everything. Oh, come on now, don't look so scared. Bartek's grandma is my friend and she's, well, quite talkative. Since we're alone, I have some advice for you. Well, we're not. Anya is standing right next to us. She looks the way I'd come from. Don't get too attached to your friends there. It won't last. Okay. I don't know what to say, so we just stand there looking at one another. Do you mind if I join you? She asks when Bartek and Anya approach.
Sure, didn't mind.
Yep. Of course. The more the merrier. Sure, I smile. I was about to forage for some plants in that direction. She lifts her basket she's holding in her hand. We walk the narrow path. The path is too narrow for all of us to walk together, so at some point I find myself walking with Lisa. She squats down from time to time and collects some herbs. So you're looking for your roots, she says, after a while. Why? I need to know the whole story.
Yeah.
There's a story here and I need to hear it, I answer honestly. We're inspiring. Sit down with me. She nestles amongst the roots of an old tree, reaches into her basket and takes out a blunt. Okay, let's just do some drugs. Let's have a smoke and I'll tell you a story. She notices when I hesitate. You need to hear it.
I took the blunt.
Yes, let's just get stoned. Oh, did you see that? Suddenly all of the crosses popped up. Lisa lets out a cloud of smoke. Okay, that's foreboding. And starts talking. From what I've learned from Bartek's grandma, you're asking the wrong questions about the wrong people.
Okay. Why shouldn't I be asking about my family?
Good question. Why not? I'm asking about my family, I pointed out, but not the right branch of the family. Your grandfather wasn't from this village. This is a tainted land, girl. So much blood was spilled that Puscha almost lost her mind.
Puscha?
Her? Yeah, Puscha. Okay, let's see. Puscha was one of the words for forest. Polish had lots of those, but she used it in a weird way. Why do you call the forest Puscha? Isn't las the right word? I call her Puscha because it's her proper name. Las is to Puscha what dog is to a wolf. Domesticated, enslaved, used. Puscha is the primeval forest, one untouched by humans, primal, strong and feared. There was admiration in her voice, and I realized that the word sounded like the rustle of leaves, like the wind. Puscha. Okay. As I was telling you, Puscha almost went mad, and it's not wise to wake those spirits, especially now. Especially not now. I'm tempted to go with what spirits?
Sorry, I have to. Wasn't on the table.
No problem.
Good. I needed the answers. Yes, I needed answers.
Or what spirits? Or I don't know.
Oh, what spirits?
Yeah, because I would really like to know what those spirits are that she's talking with, because that's getting strange now. You mean the dead? I ask. She looks at me with those uncanny eyes. Her gaze is almost unbearable, hard, with anger smoldering somewhere deep within it, ready to jump at my throat. And then suddenly something changes. You have no idea, do you?
About what?
Indeed, about what? What do you mean, I ask. So, you have no idea who you are, she states. Nobody told you what it was like here during the war and after it. Her eyes lose focus as though she was looking at something only she can see. In 1939, the war broke out. First came the Germans and then the Russians. You know, they actually worked together. Stalin never forgot that he was beaten by the Poles in 1920. She shoots me a glance. I nod politely. That's minus willpower, but we're not bored because we want to know this.
Yep.
I don't really care, but I nod politely. Oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter really. Anyway, many millions of lives later, Stalin and Hitler stopped sleeping together, so to speak, and the Germans came, and then the Russians again, and then there were the forest soldiers. I listen, holding my breath. I was hanging on every word. They started as Polish soldiers, but then the war ended and they became guerrillas to fight the Russian occupation, and then they ended up as desperate bandits. For the people who lived here, they were all the same. Germans, Russians, forest soldiers, they killed. They maimed, they tortured and burnt villages. It didn't matter what language they spoke. What does it have to do with me?
I think the family of my father.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, it's called The World of Darkness for a reason. This is getting really, really spooky. Thanks for the history lesson, I said. But where do I fit into all of this? My great-grandparents were from here, she sighs. After the war, there were some changes. And my whole family was sent to Siberia. Oh my God, this is a terrible story. Yeah. My grandmother was the only one who survived. And especially when you're German, this is like terrible, was the only one who survived. She met a Buryat shaman. And here I am. But your story is tangled with all of this, she looks straight at me. Have you ever wondered what your grandfather did during the war? Well, haven't we all? Then, oh my God. And then the weed hits me.
In a good direction, I don't like.
And of course, that was the moment when the weed finally hit. The stuff was powerful, and for a moment I wondered if she hadn't spiked it. Okay, what had she done? Or I tried to stay focused.
What had she done?
Yeah.
We have no willpower.
I tried to stand up, but a flux of smells and sounds and visions hits me like a wave, and suddenly I was somewhere else. We're sitting around the fire, deep in the puszcza. We are hungry and desperate, our boots worn, coats in rags. The forest whispers to me, tells me what has to be done. They have food and we need it, I say. To keep fighting, we need to live. I explain the plan. Okay. My brothers sit in silence as I explain the plan to them. Tomorrow we're going to burn a village. Wolves circle us in the shadows, their eyes bright like fires. Oh my God, we're really terrible people. The vision ends. When I come to my senses, Lisa is still looking at me.
I ran it over in my head, so we're going through it again.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how the graphic is changing now. You know, it's really warping as well. This is amazing. Okay. If I understood what you're saying, I look at her. Something from my family's past casts a shadow on my future. She shrugs. I've told you everything I know. If you want more, talk to my girlfriend. We'll be at the logging site tomorrow. Yeah, good idea. Let's meet your girlfriend and talk to her tomorrow.
You got more power, yeah.
Hint. My grandfather was a forest soldier. Okay, that's not good though, because they were terrible. I said my goodbyes to Lisa and we go back. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That is something else. The bison statues are watching me with their creepy painted eyes as though they know me. Okay.
Maybe we now go to the village center.
Yeah, that's the only place where we can go. Let's see what happens. This guy's getting drunk and stoned at the same time. A bird of many colors. This is such a lovely village, exclaims Anya as we walk along the quiet streets. Nothing moves. The heat is stifling. Oh, this is so great. Okay. Am I bored? Do we think we're bored? Do we think that the village is really quaint, or do we enjoy the walk?
I think we enjoy the walk because all the things we have Lisa had told us, and now we can walk and become our head, our mind clear.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I think we enjoy the walk. Yeah.
Okay, so our rage goes down a little. I like how peaceful it is, I admit. I can finally slow down and just unwind. I was thirsty. Okay, so let's see. Let's get something to drink, I propose. I'm parched. The local store is a large mini mart with all kinds of goods, from beer and vegetables to notebooks and pens. There's a bench near the entrance, and on it are a few local drunks. We're balanced. I prepare myself for a confrontation, but nothing happens. They throw me an appraising glance, murmur something, and let us be. I assess the threat.
Yeah.
I don't feel like teasing a couple of people.
Yeah.
They're drunk and no threat, I say, assessing the situation. We can always walk away, and if they try to stop us, all it'll take us is a firm push, 1 or 2 kicks, and then we can make a run for it. Why do you even plan things like that? Anya shakes her head in disbelief. My stepdad sent me to a self-defense course when I was 12, I shrug, to help me with my anger management issues. We've always been terrible. We spend some time inside browsing the Latvian, Lithuanian and Belarusian goods. Why was there almost nothing Polish here? And who in their right mind drinks coriander soda? Oh, I would drink coriander soda.
Yeah.
I was putting the soda back on the shelf when we hear a commotion coming from outside. Loud voices. So let's see what's going on. Some slurs, some curses, and a clear, mockingly polite, I'm so sorry, darlings. I don't understand. Do you like my skirt? Ah, fuck. Bartek murmurs under his breath. I look outside. I want to go inside. I try to stay out of it.
I looked outside, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I look outside. There was someone standing next to the drunkard's bench. They were definitely not local. Okay. Is it these yolks? Okay.
Maybe.
The person was old. Not helpless granny old, but old, with deep wrinkles and a narrow mouth. They have the unisex grace of a tired, heroin-preserved rock man. What? Their shoulder-length, disheveled hair completes the look. Oh, rock in terms of rock and roll music, not a person made of stone. Sorry, I was just like, what? A rock man? So, essentially, they look like Keith Richards.
They look out of the place.
Yeah, they look out of place. Yeah, this is not the right place for them. I agree. They look like someone had teleported them from a different planet. They have a clean shave and eyes highlighted with eyeliner. Yeah, totally like, Jack Sparrow. Their nails are painted in bright blue. They wear heavy army boots, an outrageously red skirt, a tank top, and lots of leather jewelry.
Whoa, cool. There's some cool guys.
On their back, there are pins, lots of pins, all kinds of LGBTQA+ flags, anarchist and pacifist symbols, and I think some German band stripes. I approach the drunks. Mum would have told me to stay out of it. I approach the foreigner.
I approach the foreigner.
Yeah. I smile and, ignoring the men, approach the foreigner. Hi, I'm Maya. I just got here, I say. They look at me with a serene smile. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Maya. They say in an unmistakable German accent. I'm Kim. We start talking.
Clear. We need friends here.
What brings you here, I ask. Into Bielorwica, I mean. I came to see the forest and to protect it. They sound deadly serious. Me and my friends heard about what's happening here and we decided to come and help. Okay, now this is really strange. The men on the bench are looking at us grimly. Hey, someone said suddenly from behind our backs. Kim smiles and the men on the bench stiffen. I turn around. It was Lisa. Oh, that's her girlfriend.
I think so.
That's it. That's her girlfriend. You should stop drinking that moonshine. It makes you pick fights you can't win, she says. I was ready for a fight. She looks ferocious. No, I don't want to fight anyone, do we?
No, but I don't think that she look ferocious. But she look ferocious. Yeah. Maybe.
She looks ferocious, and the drunks start explaining themselves. Oh, she's okay. But look at this, El Zunia, said one of them, gesturing towards us. For the last fucking time, the name's Lisa. She's furious. And this is my friend. You're to leave them alone. Got it? The drunkards mumble and go back to their drinking. Thanks, Lisa, Kim said in English. You shouldn't have. Oh, but I wanted to.
I waved at her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. I wave at her. I think I saw relief in her eyes when she looks at me. Hi, Maya. I was worried you'd gotten yourself into trouble there. So, will you join us on the anti-logging protest tomorrow? She asks me after a while. Yeah, I don't get this either. Why are they logging in the national park?
Oh, I heard stories about this, the government.
Okay, so we want to know more about this.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this place like a national park? Why are they logging here? You'd think they'd leave the old forest on the continent, the beating heart of it, alone, wouldn't you? She looks at me with a grim expression. There's illegal logging here, Anya chips in. Wood is money, and there's plenty of wood in the forest. I suddenly a feeling.
Actual story here.
Okay.
I think. Also.
Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah, and also this whole thing with Belarus and stuff, and you know those right-wing people. So this seems to be like super recent. This game. Suddenly, a feeling rushes over us. Are we burning or are we cold?
Burning.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't see the forest from there, but I suddenly feel very aware of its presence. I also feel something else deep in my stomach, spreading through my veins. Anger. Like a wave of heat coming from the heart of the dark, ancient forest. A word apparent in my mind. A strange one that was neither Polish nor English. Kalira. Lisa looks me in the eyes and spits on the ground. I'd eat those greedy bastards alive. I notice Kim watching me. Okay. I feel like I was being watched, and when I look up, I see Kim observing me with a curious expression.
They were hiding something.
Yes, and
I think they are werewolves too.
I believe so too. Yeah. I look at them and I realize they are much more than they first seem. Under their colorful attire lurked something else, something primal. Why are you looking at me like that? I ask. I know you have strange dreams, they whisper. I suspect the forest is reaching out to you. They lean closer to me. It runs in your blood. Trust me, I know. Who was I? Who am I? Yeah, we want to know. Who am I? I ask quietly. You're a warrior. You'll make it through in one piece, they say, looking me in the eye. Suddenly, I feel confident. Yes.
Yeah, we got a willpower.
Back because we just lost it. I feel a sudden surge of confidence, progress, goal, mystery. I wasn't making that up. There was something strange in my family history, and there were people who knew what was going on. Before I could ask any more, Anya and Bartek approach, and Kim and Lisa shake their heads, silencing me. Meet us tomorrow at the logging site. They blow me a kiss, put their arm around. She puts a. Oh, okay. They is Kim, because Kim is diverse. So they blow me a kiss, they put their arm around Lisa, and then they walk away. So it's just the one person. We decide to leave as well. Yeah, okay. I get it. The village. I keep looking over my shoulder, but no one is following us. We call it a day and go back to probably to the place where we're sleeping. Okay.
Oh, it's a great story. I love it.
Uh-huh. The B&B is quaint. I leave Anya and Bartek outside. They look like they need some time alone to say their goodbyes. Well, that was quick. When I get out of the shower, Anya is back, smiling and a little flustered. What a day, she smiles. So what do you think? I make a quick mental inventory of everything that has happened that day. They're cutting down the forest. I remember the scene at the shop. I mentioned the graveyard. I told her what happens when I talked with Lisa.
No, I don't want to want Anya to know what.
Yeah, I
have
agree.
told
I don't
this.
want that either. So
So, I remember the scene at the shop, yes, but I don't want to talk to it with Anya. Maybe I mentioned the graveyard.
good. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. That's something we should do. What happened here that people are still vandalizing my family's grave? What did my grandfather do? Anya is neutral. Well, nothing good, that's for sure, she sighs. I remember the burning village in my vision and I decide not to argue.
Then they were cutting down the forest.
Yeah. I can't believe they're logging. Oh, she's now sympathetic. I can't believe they're logging here. Isn't this forest on a UNESCO list or something? Yeah, I know. I want to check out this protest people were talking about. Maybe we could go there tomorrow. Oh, we have to go through all of them. Okay.
Did you know I have read an article about IKEA, and they have some wood from the forest there in Poland for their furnitures.
Oh, really? Is that legal?
Yeah. Yeah, it's illegal, and but IKEA said we didn't know it, and we go after it, and we investigate how this could happen.
Okay.
For 2 weeks ago, I read the article.
So this is super recent then. Okay.
The article was an older one. There was an oh God, TV show.
Okay. Okay.
It comes on TV. There was I don't know where I have seen this, because IKEA is a firm who pretend to be so green, but they aren't.
Yeah, this is very interesting. So this is actually a real story. So do we want to remember the scene? I still don't want to talk to her about Lisa.
Yeah, but then the scene at the shop.
Yeah. Remember the shop? The tension seemed almost unnatural. A few words more and it would have been a regular fight. Maybe they just envied Kim's style. Anya tried to joke, but she seemed worried. I don't feel like talking anymore.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm seriously tired. Let's call it a day, shall we? Soon we're both in our beds, ready to sleep. I'm tired, sure, but I'm also excited, and excitement isn't the best for sleeping. I lie there for a while, thinking about everything that has happened and that what might happen next. The wind from the open window laps over my skin as I watch the silver rectangle painted on the wall by the moonlight. When I close my eyes, I can still see the weird vision I have that day. My roots are here. I can feel them, almost touch them, and they are reaching out to me. I feel I'm closer to getting my answers. Good, we're getting some willpower back. Yay. I should go and see the logging protest. Yes, we're definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
After a long while, all the thoughts became blurry, and they slowly start to turn into pictures, sounds, and colors. I drift off. Ooh, it's the forest again, a night in the woods.
Oh, I like these colors.
Yeah. A lonely ray of moonlight shines on the broken nameplate at the old grave. Imprisoned under the cold, shiny stone, the dead wait for something. I feel the excitement rising deep within my stomach, then throughout my whole body. I'm a weapon. I'm a cub.
Maybe. I don't think that I'm a weapon at the moment. I'm thinking that I'm a little cub.
Yeah. I'm a wolf cub like the ones my grandfather told me about. I will grow and my fangs will become sharper. I will taste blood. I feel a pull and I surrender to it. I run towards a clearing. There are piles of, oh my God, of fresh corpses of people who died too young, skinned and mutilated. Their loved ones stand around them, grieving, unable to do anything, waiting. And suddenly they are just trees and tree trunks. Okay, well, the graphics are quite disturbing. I roar, I howl, or I look around.
I howl. I don't want to look around.
Ow! I look at the moon and I howl. The trees are dead, and I'm the only one left to sing their story. There's a stench in the air like meat rotting in acid. But somehow worse. I see the monstrous army. Their mandibles are whirling chainsaws. Their long metal arms are wrapped with black pipes that look like glistening intestines. Their smell is vile. I wait, unmoving. I charge at them. I turn to the forest for answers, or I pay my respects to the dead.
I pay my respect to the dead?
Yeah. I go to the dead trees. I kneel next to them. Words come to me in a language that I don't remember, but that I know. Words about revenge and death and sacrifice. And then my voice tells me to look at the sky. There, between the stars, two shapes circle each other. An old, sad wolf with grey hair and a white weasel. They keep their eyes on one another as they continue their dance, suspicious but not hostile. We need to fight the enemy, the awful, rotting stench. I know that much. But how can we do that when we don't trust each other? They stop. They look at me and at the clearing.
I look at them cautious.
Yeah. I gaze at them just like they gaze at me. Now the three of us are all measuring each other. They descend to the opposite side of the clearing. One by one, other shadows join them. I stand in the middle of it all. Please wait. Logging. Start the chapter. What time is it?
Quarter past 10.
Where you are. Do we want to do one more chapter?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Or we can stop here and continue another day. I don't mind.
I think we can continue on another day.
Okay, brilliant. So I'm pretty sure I can stop this somehow. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, we can quit. So we've only done 20%. But that 20% has been really exciting so far. I'm really liking this.
Yeah, it's a great game. I love
Yeah.
it. It's a beautiful story, and it's well,
It's visually very inspiring.
yeah,
Super. So we will.
and it's really exciting.
Yeah, I agree. So main menu.
And kind of thrilling.
Yeah, very much so.
And
Okay.
I like the artworks. It's so beautiful. Look at the red eyes.
Yeah. It is really, really super. I'm
And
really
I like
enjoying this.
Yeah, and I like the design. So I love the style. I love the
Yeah.
style so much. It's this kind of realistic
Yeah.
and so print so print like
Yeah.
like linoleum print. No? So
Yeah.
you have some flat and so many vocabulary. Yeah. Some levels.
Yeah,
It has
I
a
know
back
what you mean.
level, and then you go. And
Maybe
so
you call
great.
them layers.
Layers, yes.
Yeah.
No.
I think it, yeah, layers sounds right. No, I really, really like it. I also like how this is kind of like moving. It's really, I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I'm so glad that you joined me tonight, because this was kind of like a really spontaneous thing. Like, I really want to do this. Do you have time? And it's great that you had time and you made time. So we will continue this. I will not keep playing without you. So we will continue and come back to this, and we will stream it. And maybe this time we can actually plan for it, because then we can even announce the stream on our new common Discord, Sudi and Cats. So thank you all for watching. If you have watched this live, I'm sorry we can't interact with you because I'm incapable of actually looking at a chat and playing this game. But if you are watching this after the fact, maybe you enjoyed it. If you did, you can get this game on Steam. It's around 13 euros. And I believe it's actually really worthwhile. I like the graphics and I like the atmosphere. And it's a different type of game. It's old school, but I really love it.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
Game, and was so excited to. Mir fehlen die Worte.
Wir freuen uns auf jeden Fall, wenn ihr euch wieder zuschaltet, und wünschen euch noch einen schönen Abend. We are looking forward to you joining us again, and we will be doing more of this. And if you have any recommendations with regard to games that are like this, you can write them in the comments, and then maybe we can check them out and play them as well. So thank you so much. Have a lovely evening, and talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye. Ja, ich hatte immer wieder geguckt, ob was im Chat war. Aber nichts.
Okay, cool.
Ich habe jetzt auch langsam gemerkt, so langsam ist die Konzentration so ein bisschen nach. Also ich habe nachher dann waren dann die Wortfindungen ganz extrem.